Hello, Minecrafters, and welcome back to my wild west town here on Survival Minecraft Vanilla Series. Version 1.13 is what we're working with here. My name is Tolbert, and I'm your host, and thanks for coming along. I'm glad to have you with us. Well, I'm starting off here in the church, which we built last time. We are across up there, and we went ahead and put our little portal to the nether in here as well, in our little town. We also have the little balcony up here for which any villagers need to come by and stand up here to watch what's going on. And speaking of villagers, we've got a couple that have had their time together. And they've even produced themselves a golem. I've put in a couple of these little door type things here and there to help promote the villagers making baby villagers. And I've gone ahead and given them a little bit of a farmland back here, but this has got to go away. Because we're going to be putting in the farmhouse down that way in just a little bit. We're going to start that off. But first things first, now that we have villagers and a golem and whatnot, well, if those zombies get in here and get to the villagers, we need a place to put the villagers that have passed away, unfortunately. And so we need a little bit of a graveyard. And so we're going to start the graveyard third block in, and over here we're also going to be third block in. So we're going to go ahead and pull that over and this down to start our little graveyard walls. I guess we'll go ahead and make this a decent sized graveyard. I say we'll go ahead and run the width of the church here. And that should be good enough. And we'll go ahead and just pull it back, I don't know, say about that far. And so that's going to be the size of our graveyard here. And we're not going to have any kind of fancy door or archway. It's just going to be right there. Just slide on in. But what we are going to do, we are going to put these iron bars on top of it to give it that wrought iron feel coming up to it. Make it look like it's completely encased there. And just in case anything is to spawn inside of here, it doesn't have such an easy way of getting out. Only one way in and out, and that is going to be that little area back there. You know what? We're going to go ahead and we're going to put a fence gate there as well, just to make it a little bit nicer. And so we'll just continue this until we're done putting these in. Like that. Alright, so now we have a nice wrought iron surrounded little area we're going to use as the graveyard. We're going to need to get ourselves some coarse dirt real quick here. And like I said, we'll grab a fence gate as well. All that should be here in the building supplies of the hardware store. So we may already have, yep, we already have some of the gates there. And what was I just talking about? Coarse dirt. Let's see if we have any coarse dirt here. We do not. So let's take some regular dirt. Let's take some gravel. And let's go ahead and make ourselves some coarse dirt. I believe it's just a 2x2 square, half dirt, half gravel. There we go. So we'll put back the extra gravel we got there. And okay, so now we have to go back. Apparently left some dirt on the ground there. We're going to go back here to the graveyard real quick. We're going to throw this fence gate in. Then we got to go ahead and start making ourselves some gravestones. Well, for the gravestones, I decided to use the stone bricks and stairs for the most part. We also have some cobblestone bricks and stairs to go with this. So let's go ahead and start over here. And we're going to take this one out. We're going to say that this one was a particularly fresh dug grave. And that's why we're using the coarse dirt. That's all because the coarse dirt won't grow grass on top of it. And we'll just do something like that for the gravestone. Let me just go ahead and grab some signs. And we'll go ahead and put one on there and say, I don't know, here lies Bob. So that's the kind of thing we're going to do here and there. We'll have some of the gravestones that are not so fresh. And we'll do something like this. A little bit of a bigger gravestone for him. And of course throw that sign up there, and we'll go through, we'll mock up some more of these signs later. But in the meantime, let's just go ahead and get all the gravestones in here that we can. Some just a little bit plain there, say it got worn down a little bit. Others will continue with the types of patterns that we've had. Something around these lines, and well, even when there's a couple of villagers that were together in life, well, they get a little bit bigger. And they'll each have their own little sign there. So there lies Bob, and there lies Bob's wife. So forth and so on. So we're going to go ahead and decorate this up a little bit, and well, we'll be right back. Alright, so there we go. We have a whole bunch of graves dug out. We have some that are fresh graves, some that are waiting for those to become residents of the graveyard here. We've got our gravestone signs all around. For some of them are yet unmarked. Well, this one shouldn't be. But this one's still unmarked, as there's no one been in that one yet. Same here. And we have this one, the poor husband waiting for his widowed wife and whatnot. So overall, we have our graveyard pretty much completed. Very small, little quick project there. So we should be all set there. And as promised in the last episode, in this one, we're also going to start the planning for the farmhouse. We're going to go ahead and put the farmhouse at the end of the road here, way out this way. So this is going to become a whole lot of farmland. And one thing we have to start with is coming out here, we have to, let's start by flattening all of this out. Because this farmland is going to be quite extensive. We also want to be able to fit in some cows, some sheep, a nice little barn for them and everything. So let's go ahead and flatten this out, get rid of this water, and then we'll start planning the farmhouse itself out. So there we go. We went ahead and flattened out most of this land, got rid of all the watering holes that were around, and now it's time to go ahead and plan out how our little farm town house is going to look. And I'm going to use some dark oak logs here because that's what we have a lot of. And this little path here is going to work perfectly to do a little bit of an L-shaped house. This is what we're going for. Right? And so at one corner, we're going to have the start of a room, which we're going to want to be roughly about 7 by 7 or 7 by 9 interior. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 interior, right? So that's going to be the inside there. Oh wait, actually that's not a 7 interior, is it? Because I included this block. So we need to go over one more. So that should be our 7 by 9 interior. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Nope, I messed that up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. So this needs to come out one more, and that other one needs to come out one more. So roughly about here. That should be our 7x9 interior for that. And that's going to be like one of the bedrooms. 5, 6, 7. Yep. 7x9. Good. All right. And then coming off of this, we kind of want a little bit of a hallway right here. Hallways is something that's not really done too much anymore. So we have that hallway there, and then it opens up into another larger room here. Something around those lines. All right, so we have a nice larger room here, a hallway going down to this large bedroom. You know what, we might as well throw in another large bedroom here. Only about yay big. A little bit smaller than the other one. So yeah, that bedroom, so we should extend this hallway down. And nighttime is here, so let's hurry up and grab a rest and get rid of the night before our villagers get attacked over there. So, okay, so we have the large room, a hallway coming down to 2 rooms here. And, well, I guess we might as well make this side here the front door. So we'll put the door there. So what else are we going to need? We're going to probably need a second story on this and a cellar. So as far as going the cellar goes, we'll probably put that right here. We'll have that being a stair down into the cellar. And we can also use that as a stair up to the second floor. And so two good sized rooms, one decent sized room here, and a cellar there. So overall, that's going to be pretty much how we're going to start here. Well, no. We do have to include a kitchen in this thing. Country cooking kitchen, always good. Alright, so there we have kitchen, living area, 2 bedrooms, or 2 rooms, not necessarily bedrooms. So we'll probably make this one like a dining area and make this one something extra, maybe a special storage or something. And then of course we're going to do a second story, which is pretty much laid out very similar to the same. And then this area over here will make a little bit of a, I guess, a type of porch. So that while we wait for crops to grow and whatnot, we have a place to sit and relax and do whatever we need to do there. Now, as I was saying, outside of that, so all this back here, this is all going to be farm area. And now we're also going to need an area for animals and livestock. And of course, the livestock are going to need a barn for themselves to come in and out with. So let's just come off a little bit from there. And we'll start this about right here. We'll just lay down a whole bunch of blocks there. And okay, so what we're going to have like the cows that are going to be able to come in to the barn and then back out, say right here. So something like that. So the cows will be able to come on in, do their thing, and then they can come back out. So we'll extend this over. Right, so that gives a nice little area for the cows there. And then we're going to have to do the same thing with the sheep. So we'll have the sheep go ahead, come on in there, and go ahead and exit back out right there. Yep, that looks good. And so that'll be good for the sheep to be held in. And of course, we'll have our little area here for having to do things inside the barn just in general. We'll have to get the horse to pull the hoe through the farmland and whatnot, so we can add a horse in here, and we'll probably have to extend that over a little bit. But yeah, that's what we're going to be starting to work with. And I'm actually going to move this out one more, just so I have those 3 spaces there. So just to make it a little bit easier to work with. So these should be pretty close to the same size. Maybe one's off a little bit. That's all right. Nope, they are the same size, which is perfect. Good. So yeah, we'll have a fence line coming out from here, going down and around and whatnot. So we'll have the sheep in this area. We'll have cows out this way. And then, of course, we'll have to do a pig house all their own, along with chicken coop. And we'll get to that one in a little bit. But I think that's going to pretty much do it for this episode and today. So we have the basic layout, the basic foundation layout here of what's going to be the house, what's going to be the barn. We went ahead and did our graveyard over here so that if ever one of our villagers passes away, we have a place for them to go to and be mourned and whatnot, right next to the church. And overall, our villagers are coming along, and we've already gotten a couple, or a librarian and a cartographer, and there was a whole lot. There was a whole lot of priests over here. We had to limit them down a little bit. So overall, I think everything is starting to come together here. We only have, after the farmhouse, we have the schoolhouse, and then I think we're done here as far as our nice little Wild West town goes. And then we'll go ahead and wrap things up and move on to the industrial age. So until next time, everybody, take care, be well. I hope you have a wonderful day. Don't forget to tune in to the live streams, and we will see you again shortly.